Welcome everyone to the Blockhead Productions Halloween 2017 special. I am your host, Blockhead, and I am being joined by the Nether Walker.
Yes.
I will leave a link to his channel in the description down below. Check him out and see his Halloween special and all his other great content. Today, we will be presenting you with 3 horrifying, scary stories. Now grab a fistful of your favorite candy, kick back, and enjoy. This first story was written by me back in the 8th grade. It got me an A+ in language arts because it was so spectacular. Thank you, Mrs. Cole, for giving me that A+. And apparently she got a kick out of the story too, because she wrote haha on the top of the paper. The Crazy Redneck by me. Yes, I admit, I was once neighbors with that crazy redneck, though I never came within 10 feet of his property. He shot trespassers on sight. One gaze at his rusty, suspicious pickup and his messy, spooky trailer, and you'd run home. And if that's not enough to scare you, then the story will. Before I moved there, 2 middle school kids decided to go camping in the woods behind the redneck's house. They set up their tent and started a small fire at around 9:00 p.m. It was pitch black, with bats swarming everywhere. The kids were roasting marshmallows, but the fire was too small. One of the kids grabbed a large oak log and dumped it right on top of the fire. Sparks flew up in the invisible cloud of smoke. One fateful spark plopped on some gasoline that was coming from the trailer. The kids watched in awe as this spark ignited a large fire that followed the trail of gasoline to the trailer. Then it happened. A gas can exploded and the redneck came out with his shotgun. He shot the kids because they didn't know they were on his property. Then the redneck picked up one body and launched it into the blazing inferno. He repeated this with the other body and stared at the tent. Blood was splattered on the front of it as if someone sloppily painted on the tent. The redneck took down the tent and threw it straight in the fire. The tent was instantly incinerated, but the bodies took a while to burn. The redneck watched the flames eat away at the tissues of the bodies. Scratching his head, the redneck picked up his shotgun and went to bed. The next morning, only smoldering bones were left of the kids, and the redneck grabbed them and tossed them in garbage bags. He placed this bag in the back of his pickup and drove to the bridge over Cattle Creek. He exited the truck, spitting out a mouthful of chewing tobacco, and grasped the garbage bag and threw it in the creek. Thud! And then the current carried the bag away. From what I hear, the bag of bones floated to the elementary school, and a 2nd grader opened the bag. Flies rushed out, and the kid found maggots eating away at the kid's remains. The police were called, but they never found out the redneck did it. The end. What a fantastic story. And now, the Netherwalker is going to read you a story off of the internet. Please go ahead, Mr. Netherwalker.
When I was a child, my family moved to a big old 2-floor house with big empty rooms and creaking floorboards. Both my parents worked, so I was often alone. When I came home from school, one early evening, the house was still dark. I called out, "Mom," and heard her sing-song voice. Yes. From upstairs, I called her again as I climbed the stairs to see which room she was in, and again got the same yes reply. We were decorating the house at the time, and I didn't know my way around the maze of rooms, but she was in one of the far ones, right down the hall. I felt uneasy, but I figured that was only natural, so I rushed forward to see my mom, knowing that her presence would calm my fears, as a mother's presence always does. Just as I reached the handle of the door to let myself into the room, I heard the front door downstairs open and my mother call, "Sweetie, are you home?" in a cheery voice. I jumped back, startled, and ran down the stairs to her. But as I glanced back from the top of the stairs, the door of the room slowly creaked open. For a brief moment, I saw something strange there, and I didn't know what it was, but it was staring right at me. The end.
What a fantastic tale. And now, finally, I will read a story I also found on the internet. You don't understand, this voice really hurts my throat. Let's get this show on the road so I can stop doing this voice. A young boy is sleeping in his bed on a usual night. He hears footsteps outside his door and peeks out of his eyes to see what is happening. His door swings open quietly to reveal a murderer carrying the corpses of his parents. After silently propping them up on a chair, he writes something on the wall in the blood of the dead bodies. He then hides under the child's bed. The child is scared beyond belief. He can't read the writing on the wall, and he knows the man is under his bed. Like any child, he pretends that he slept through the whole thing and hasn't awoken yet. He lays still as the bodies, quietly hearing the breaths from under his bed. 1 hour passes and his eyes are adjusting more and more to the darkness. He tries to make out the words, but it's a struggle. He gasps when he finally makes out the sentence. "I know you're awake." He feels something shift underneath his bed. The end. Well, thank you guys for watching this spooktacular episode. Tune in next week. And we'll have more better content for you guys. Nether, would you like to say goodbye?
Goodbye, younglings.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. And have a happy Halloween. Goodbye.
Did you enjoy the video? Be sure to check out more great content over on my friends' channels. Links in the description down below. Be sure to click that subscribe button and give them lots of support. Thanks guys, and have a nice day.